Hey, big bank take little bank. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is August 29th, 2018. Let me give a shout out to my man Orenia Blockchain. He wanted me to play some YG featuring Big Sean. Yeah, Big Sean did drop some crypto knowledge in there on this track. Thanks for the song request. Hope you guys are doing all right today. Shout out to all my people out there. We're going to be talking about, I may not get to both articles today because I have a website I want to show you guys, and I have to give credit where credit is due. The actual website is coinfairvalue.com. I have not checked it out yet. We're going to walk through it together and see what it's about. Got to give a shout out to Syrianification for this one. I think she's a truck driver. I thought she was a male. I get that mixed up a lot with the females in this game because it's so male dominated. I just assumed she was a male, but shout out to her. And thanks for the link we're going to take a look at today. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at the TA. So we're currently on a path upwards, as I thought, we would stay above the 66 once that was broken for the second time there. And so I think, we may see some pullback, as I've stated the other day. We may see a pullback to this trend line, this green line I have here, or we may just stay above the 6,800 as we saw a nice little test toward that area and the bulls bought it up. So we'll just have to see, but I definitely think we'll stay above this green trend line. If that's broken, then we may be in some trouble. I'm seeing nice resistance at 7,300 though, if we even get there. We'll see what happens with that, and I'll keep an eye on that myself for you guys. But let's go ahead and take a look at this nice website that was shared with me on YouTube. So let's look at this together, people. Coinfairvalue.com. Still missing a bargain, it says here. And so for those who may not know what fair value is, it's a way of calculating, and it's based on like the open and close of a particular asset. The U.S. equities uses this equation or way of figuring out the value of an asset every day. There's a fair value for each day on the indexes and or the indices, I should say. And I clicked on that learn more button at the top, and I'm just going to read verbatim for us. What is fair value? The concept of fair value might sound familiar to an investor. There are two kinds of assets: those whose fair value is intrinsic and those whose fair value can be expressed as a function of intrinsic fair values. The intrinsic fair value is the function that converts the ordinal preferences of an individual's mind into a price. Therefore, the price at which a person buys something, ordinary, something like a banana, is always smaller or equal to the fair value that the individual assigns to the thing he is buying. When many people trade an ordinary good or service, we can refer to the current fair value of that good or service as the price of it. Now, if we were to invest in that ordinary good or service, i.e. a banana, for example, then we would need to predict the future changes in the scale of preferences that exist in society with regard to the specific ordinary good or service. We can refer to this unit as the fair value, predicted fair value, future fair value, and speculated fair value. So the definition goes on to say we can further conclude that the compounding fair value represents any fair value that is expressed as a function of intrinsic fair values, the existence of which can be justified under the rules of compounded assets. One would first assess the intrinsic fair values of the underlying asset and then use the rational function to obtain a compounded fair value. Some examples of compounded assets with compounded fair values are stocks, bonds, derivatives, mortgages, or currencies. All these derive their fair values from intrinsic fair values like cash flows, interest rates, ordinary goods and services, or even other compounded fair values, such as in the case of financial derivatives. It further says here, any compounded fair value has a degree of uncertainty. The source of biggest uncertainty is usually the inclusion of future intrinsic values in the rational model. One of the best known variables based upon the future included in almost any fair value model is the interest rate. So just kind of giving us a detailed breakdown of what fair value is. I know it may be a little confusing for some, but this is a very interesting way to look at these cryptocurrencies, and this is what this site is attempting to do. And you can read more detail about the equation, how it's calculated, and all that good stuff if you're one of those geeks like I am. So check it out, coinfairvalue.com. Let's go back to the actual website though and check out some of these interesting fair value quotes they have here. So fair value, again, I'm just going to hover over here so you guys can see. Fair value, intrinsic or theoretical value of the coin according to its current usage. Fair value is a result of a new yet simple rational economic model for currency, similar to what discount cash flow is to stocks. Correct. So we're going to just look at this. As you guys can see, number 3 they have ranked here, Bitcoin. Its fair value is 4,700, but its current price is 6,900. So if you guys see this column here where we've got a row or a column of ratios, this is the price to fair value ratio, as you can see here, and you can hover over that and look at that. But essentially, because the price is the first variable in this, if this is above 1, then we're out of whack, and we probably are above as far as from this particular column, this website, we're ahead of ourselves in the market for that particular asset based on current price. So Bitcoin is at almost 1.5 price to fair value. That's a little steep there. To the contrary, Ethereum is well below 1. So we've got a price of 288 and its fair value is 456. Now, these are all mathematical, these are equations, so they don't, fair value can't include or take into consideration some fundamental news or forces that are going on in the case where we see with Ethereum that I've been covering for a few weeks now. So very interesting website, guys. Check it out. I have to give credit to Serenification again for dropping this. I love it. I'm going to definitely look at this more often. We look at Bitcoin Cash at 0.5. So some of these are, from at least the way the fair value is calculated, is underrated. It's undervalued here at this price. And surprisingly, before we wrap up, you guys can continue to take a look at this. Look at EOS. EOS fair value is $7.63, but it's currently trading at $5.35. It's updated every hour. It's not real time. This is updated hourly, but very interesting. And I just saw Veritasium. They have Veritasium undervalued as well. So interesting take on these cryptocurrencies in a new, refreshing manner. Instead of just looking at the price, kind of get more technical with the price analysis here on this website. So I don't know, check it out if you guys are interested in this type of stuff. I definitely am. Coinfairvalue.com. Check it out. You can sort week, month, so on and so forth. Pretty neat. Let's take a look at the first article. It probably will be the only article today. I'll do the other one maybe tomorrow, include that in tomorrow's video, but I'm gonna definitely cover this one because this is interesting. Trust notes. This published just a few hours ago. BRICS countries sign blockchain agreement. It says here the state-owned development banks of China, Russia, Brazil, India, and South Africa signed an agreement last month at the 10th BRICS summit in Johannesburg to collaborate on blockchain research in the context of the development of the digital economy. Russia's state-run bank, which provides funding for projects aimed at developing the Russian economy, was one of the signatories, as well as Brazil. We had India, as I explained, China's CDB, and the Development Bank of Southern Africa. This joint work opens new opportunities for Russian exporters, operators of large industrial projects, recipients of investments, so on and so forth, one of the presidents said. The current agreement allows the development banks of BRICS countries to study the applications of innovative technologies in infrastructure finance and bank products optimization. A number of these banks have undertaken their own blockchain-related projects. Russia's bank, for example, signed an agreement last year with a new entity formed by Vitalik Buterin, Ethereum's co-founder, called Ethereum Russia. While Bendis tokenized Brazilian real on Ethereum's public blockchain to increase the transparency of development and research grants. This collaboration between the BRICS state banks might allow them to potentially tackle more ambitious projects that could lead to the results being shared between all 5 emerging economies. We believe that this work will contribute to our cooperation in adapting to and evolving internet economies, the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs said. Interest in blockchain technology has been growing in all 5 BRICS countries, especially in China, where searches for Ethereum's programming language Solidity continue to dominate, but also in Russia, where Vladimir Putin is known to be fond of blockchain tech. South Africa has seen some developments recently that have increased awareness there, as has Brazil. While India appears to be a bit behind, what comes out of this agreement, however, remains to be seen. I'll tell you, in my opinion, what comes out of it. What comes out of it is these countries using blockchain as a way to give themselves leverage against the U.S., against us. So I really want to see the U.S. stay proactive and stay ahead of the curve when it comes to blockchain technology. So we'll see. You guys let me know, what do you think about the BRICS getting together, clicking up, and working on some blockchain initiatives? We better stay on it in the U.S. and just make sure, we stay ahead of the curve when it comes to this crypto stuff, because it moves so fast and things can turn at the blink of an eye, meaning it can get really bad globally. And if we don't have one step ahead, if we don't have that competitive edge already, if we're not 2 steps ahead before any black swan hits or financial crisis hits, then we're screwed up. So you guys let me know your thoughts on that, and also that great website that I was giving, Coin Fair Value. That's pretty dope. It really opens your eyes to what's fair value for a lot of these tokens that we love so much. And look at Populous. Where's Populous at? Let's see where Populous is at. Fair value, it says it's undervalued. It said it should be at $6.13. So you Populous fanboys out there, you need to go buy some more. Just to speak on that, man, I did an interview yesterday with a cat that had issues with PPT. And I swear to you, I have never seen, and it's not all PPT holders, it definitely isn't, but I've never seen such immaturity. You guys really were acting like kids yesterday, bro. It was the worst thing I've seen yet in crypto. You make the pillar thing look like child's play. I don't know what your problem is, those who are, defending PPT to its death. It's cool. I hope it does succeed. But dude, you're not gonna sit up here and criticize me and my channel on how I run it. I'm gonna run my channel how I want to run it, and how I want to run it is give both sides of the story. That's what I do. That's what I've been doing. I stay consistent with that. I have Bix on. He hates EOS. He thinks it's a pedal coin. But I have him on so we can talk and debate about this, and we can hear the other side of the coin. I had Ozzy the BS filter. He thought that Cliff High was a scam, or not a scam, but his web bot stuff didn't really work and stuff. So I had him on. So this is what I do. This is what I'm going to continue to do. Don't tell me that I'm messing my reputation up or I'm losing subs. I don't care about how many subs I have. I should have said this at the beginning. I totally forgot to address it, but definitely want to put that in and let you guys know. Man, you guys crack me up. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and definitely click that bell. You know what I do every day in, day out, bring you guys real, unbiased crypto analysis. And hopefully you can take that home and make some money from it. Increase that portfolio size, even in this bear market. That's pretty much it for today. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Big bank take little bank. Ha! Yeah.